Welcome back to Country Views. I have another great recipe for you guys today. And I tell you what, it's so good on your tummy when it's starting to get just a little bit chilly out. So here we go. It is called chicken pot pie, but it's got a twist to it. It's going to be a smoky chicken pot pie. So right here, I have several different chicken breasts. I'm going to cook half for tonight and half for another meal that I'm going to be cooking. Over here in my pan on about 4 medium heat, you got some butter and some garlic infusing inside the butter. Now, I got about 4 cloves of butter minced up and chopped. And see how it's starting to get that little golden brown? That's when you want to start adding your chicken in. But before we add our chicken in, we're going to come over here and we're going to add some seasonings in. Now, these are all the different seasonings that I have in here. Okay, you guys? So you just want to just sprinkle it around. Okay? And it's okay just to do one side because as you turn it, some of these seasonings are going to go right into the pan. Alright, so you want to give this butter one more good stir. Alright. Now it's time to start adding your chicken in. You just want to put it that side down. I always be making a mess when I'm doing my cooking here. Put the seasoning side down. You always want to do the seasoning side down. Don't overcrowd your pan. Only do like 4 at a time. That way you're not overcrowding your pan, okay? And then these ones over here, you can just bring them to the middle here. Alright. So you want to put the lid on for a minute so it can start going through and simmering through the middle a little bit because you don't want pink inside your chicken. So once that goes for a little bit, then you can flip them over when they get a golden sear. And then that way, when you're done with that, you're going to set them off to a plate, let them cool, and all that. But I will show you the next step once this is done. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a flip and let me just grab some different tongs out here. Favorite tongs here with the little grips. Alright, so you want to give this a flip and you're going to see how pretty it looks. Look how pretty that looks with that garlic butter that I infused. And you're going to give it a few more flips before you decide to take it out as well. Okay, there we go. So that's what that looks like. So I'm going to continue cooking these up and then I'll be right back with you and I'll show you the next step. Okay guys, so I have all the chicken pulled out. They're at the halfway point. That's what they look like. Now I added a little bit of butter, a little bit more butter to my drippings. And what's going to go in here is your potatoes. So you want to come over here. I have 3 medium-sized potatoes. You just want to cut them like this. About bite size, okay? And I'm going to put these into the dripping butter because you want to fry them up a little bit before you add them into your pot pie. So here we go. Right in there. Like so. And you're going to fry these up a little bit before you start adding everything else to them. Come over here and give them a good stir in this dripping butter here. Alright. And you're going to leave them on about a medium heat here. And you're going to let them fry up with the lid on them for a little bit. Just keep checking them and stirring them. Meanwhile, while this is cooking, you're going to come over here and start cubing up your chicken. It's going to be a little bit pink in the middle. But that's okay because you're going to fry it in with your potatoes. Okay? It's going to look about like that. It looks juicy, almost done, okay? So you're just going to give them a quick little cut like this. Make sure they're bite-sized pieces, but you don't want them too big, especially if you have little kids at home. You don't want to make them too big because they will choke on chicken more than anything. So you want to make them about bite size. I always make them a little bit on the smaller bite size. So they're about like this. So I'm going to continue cutting my chicken up, you guys, and frying up these potatoes, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, guys, so I have all my chicken cut up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fry it all in here, and then I'm going to take half out for my next meal. So I'm just going to bring it over here and start adding the chicken in. It's so tender and moist, but just know it's at that point where you still have to cook it just a little bit more. But I want that butter drippings to incorporate in this chicken. Okay? Alright, you want to set that in the sink for me, baby girl? Alright, so I'm just going to put this lid back on, and I'm going to wash my hands, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I'm back. I got my hands nice and clean and washed. So I'm just stirring this chicken in with the potatoes that I had started frying a little while ago. It's got all your butter drippings in here with your garlic and your potatoes. Always making a mess. My stove's clean. So I'm just going to continue frying this up and stirring this. And then once this is all done, then I'm going to show you how to start assembling and making the gravy for it. Okay, guys, so my chicken mixture is done. Look how good and tender that looks with the potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out so it can start cooling off a little bit. I'm going to take this right here and start putting this in here, okay? You want to make sure you leave some of your drippings in here, so that's why I'm using kind of a spatula with some slots in it. Because we're about to go on to the gravy. Set this back here. Now at this point you do not want to add any more salt content because we're going to be adding some chicken bouillon into this gravy mix, and that's got all the salt content that you need for your pot pie. If you add salt, I would not add it because it's going to make it overly salted. Okay? Okay, guys, so this is what it looks like when it's all taken out. Remember, I'm saving half of that for another dish. I'm going to come over here and add some more butter because you need some of this for your gravy mixture here, okay? And you're going to let it melt up. All right. Now, over here, I have 3 chicken bouillon cubes soaking in little hot water. I'm going to go ahead and add those in. You don't want more than 3 because remember, they're salty enough and you already have salt in your pan from the chicken you fried. So you're just going to get this all melted up with your butter, and then you're going to start making your roux once your butter is added. So just keep doing this. Let it get all melted up. When this gets all melted up, then I'll show you the next step. Okay, guys, so I have it pretty much melted up. There's a few little bits of the bouillon cubes in here, but I'm going to go ahead and start making my roux. Okay, you want about that much flour. Don't do no more because it's going to be thickening up, okay? Now, you want to just incorporate it all together like this. It's going to look all crumbly like this. That's what you want to start your roux, because you want some really good gravy going on here. You want to have me the milk, sis? Alright, so once you get to your crumbly point here, you're going to start adding your milk. A little bit at a time. Little bit, whisk. Okay? A little bit more, whisk. And you're going to keep doing that till you get to the consistency that you want. Now, there's a key ingredient that I put in this gravy once I get it to the consistency that I want. I put 1 small can of cream of chicken soup in with my gravy. Okay? Now, see, it's starting to come together, but it still needs some more milk. Okay? Meanwhile, while you're making your gravy, you want to get your oven preheated to 400 degrees. And that's what I got going on over here. So you just want to keep whisking away over here. I'm making a mess like I always do, but like I say, good cooks make messes. You want to make sure you get this all incorporated, okay? I'm going to go ahead and just add the rest of this. Alright? And it will all cook down. You want to grab that cream of chicken soup for me over there, sis? Alright, so while this is cooking down, you want to pop this open and just go ahead and add it in there. It'll all go together. Okay? I need something to scoop this out with, Pardo. You want to grab Mom something? I use the Campbell's cream of chicken, and it always has some herbs in it, which is a good thing, okay? So I keep adding my soup. You want to put the whole can. Okay? This is what's going to make your gravy even more creamier. And who doesn't love creamy pot pie, you guys? Do you like creamy pot pie, kids? Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. And you're just going to keep whisking it till it gets to the gravy that you want. Now, sometimes your soup will come out real stiff and you got to kind of just go like this. Sometimes you have to turn your heat up as well on your gravy, but make sure that you have a flat surface stove. If you have a flat surface stove, you don't want to crank the heat up too high. So you just keep going like this. Get it to the consistency you want. Make sure you get all the lumps out, okay? And I'm going to actually turn this up and let it cook a little bit more.
It's not even on the burner all the way.
So I'm going to continue making this gravy, you guys. And then when it's all done, I will show you how you're going to assemble it and pop it in the oven.
Action.
Okay, guys, so this is about what consistency you want. So that's your gravy, all right? So I have it shut off. I'm going to set a lid on it, okay, and just set it to the side for a minute. Now, we're going to come over here, and we're going to focus on the chicken. We're going to dump all this into a bigger bowl because you need a bigger bowl for mixing, okay? All right. And then over here we have peas, corn, mixed veggies. Now, if you're not a big fan of peas and corn, then you can just use all veggie, all. It has less in it, but I like to mix them up. You're going to dump them in with the chicken, okay? And on the peas, I only use a half a can. My kids are not big fans of peas, so I only do a half a can. You want to mix this all together real well before you incorporate your gravy. Okay? Doesn't that look good, guys? Does it smell good? Warm, comforting pot pie. Yummy. Alright, here's the best part. Are you ready, sis? Alright. I'm going to just dump it all in there. All your gravy mixture. Right inside. You want it definitely gravy, because who doesn't love gravy pot pie, right? Alright, look at that, guys. Okay. Now you're going to mix all this together, incorporate it real well, so every veggie, every piece of chicken will have plenty of gravy on it, okay? So I'm going to keep incorporating this, and when it's all incorporated, then I'll show you the next step. Okay, guys, so over here, I have 2 buttered casserole dishes. This is what it looks like when it's all stirred up with the gravy. Okay, so I'm going to start putting this in my dishes. I always do it on bottom when I make this kind, and then I just put the crust on top. Okay. You want to evenly incorporate it between 2 because you don't want to overfill it, because you got to have room for your crust to grow as well. this one's going to need a bunch more than the other one. Okay, I think that's about right on that one. And I'm going to add the rest of this to this one now, you guys. Alright, so we're done with that bowl. Now you want to kind of just push it around, make it all even everywhere, okay? Okay, so that's what that's going to look like. Now, over here in my bowl, I have my Bisquick mixture mixed up, and it's going to be like this. What I get is I get the Birch Benders pancake and waffle mix. This makes the best crust on your pot pie. I'm telling you guys. So you just want to scoop it out in dollops, okay? Like so. And you will have to make 2 batches. It's okay. Alright, so you got your dollops in there. Now you want to take a fork and you want to kind of just spread it around like so. And this is the consistency that you want, you guys. This is going to come out nice and flaky, and it's going to be really good. It's okay if some of it falls down in the mixture because it's going to cook up and rise. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and get this one popped in, and then I'll come back and work on the other one. Let's go ahead and get this one popped in. Alright guys, when that is ready to come out, I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like, and we'll have a taste test. Alright guys, so these are done. I'm about to pull them out of the oven. Look how good these look. Doesn't that look delicious, you guys? It has kind of a biscuit consistency. And what's good about these is, see, they're done. What's good about these is you can dig right in, you guys. Okay? So let me go over here and get a plate so we can start taste testing them. Pardo. Here you are. Here's your plate. Alright, we're going to dig right in over here. Bring your plate over here. Oh, so yummy, you guys. Alright, you want to get a good taste of that, Pardo, for the camera? Try a piece of the crust, too. Smile for camera. You guys, like I said in one of my videos, a couple of them actually, he's been my son for about 3 years now. He's going to be marrying my daughter, and I always try to get him smile. How is that, Pardo? Is that good? Let me get a bite here. Piece of chicken and some crust. That's so good, you guys. Alright, well, thank you for visiting Country Views. Be sure to like and subscribe my channel and comment below. Thank you.